Hello, and welcome to another newsletter from Construction Programs and Results. I'm Michael Stone, and I will be sharing our newsletter with you. If you want or need a short refresher course on why companies go out of this business, we have included a link below to a podcast that I recently did with Dave Sullivan, the Roofer's Coach. We have worked on these podcasts before with Dave, and he really crams a lot of information into the hour or so that the podcasts run. Dave's goal is the same as ours here at Construction Programs and Results. He wants to see the good guys win. In this podcast, we reviewed why contractors go out of business, how to calculate your markup and your gross margin, and we also included a section on how your P&L should be put together. I've said here before, that you need to be really careful who you have build your P&Ls, as most bookkeepers and even many CPAs don't understand how the construction P&L should be compiled. If your P&L is not built for a construction-related company, you will not be able to make good financial decisions. Dave and I talked for about an hour and 20 minutes, and if you watch that podcast, you will certainly pick up some new information about running your business or be reminded of things that you should be doing to make your business more profitable. I don't know if Dave has that video of the podcast posted yet. If not, it soon will be. The audio is up, and please trust me. Listen to or watch it, and it will be time well spent. Now, our newsletter. Is this for me? Our goal is to help construction contractors build more profitable businesses. What we talk about applies to all branches of construction, remodeling to new home construction, landscaping to framing, handyman to pool maintenance, and everything in between. It doesn't matter what construction field you work in. Business is business. Let me share a few notes we've received. I have been reading blogs on your website. I have purchased your book Markup and Profit and a couple of other items. One question that I have is, it seems to me that you can talk about new construction, and it's hard for me to understand putting it into context of a handyman business. Is this just for new construction? Another note, I am a one-man painting contractor with a small list of freelancers that I draw on as needed. I often wonder if the classes you offer would be helpful to a sub like me, or are they geared specifically to the general contractor builder trade? Now, I can understand why they ask. Most training that's available for construction businesses focuses on production, and that's different for a handyman or a specialty contractor than it is for a remodeling contractor. We talk about business, and that won't vary much no matter what type of work you're producing. Let's talk about running a handyman business. For the most part, a handyman business should be run the same as a remodeling business or new home construction business. There are a few differences. It's more difficult to make a profit on handyman work if you only have one truck doing jobs. You'll spend more time driving between jobs and discussing projects that might or might not happen. The jobs are also smaller, which means fewer billable hours in a day or a week. When it comes to handyman work, just like every other construction-related business, you need to know your costs so you can calculate the correct labor rate and or the correct markup. In many ways, handyman work is similar to service work for specialty contractors. We discuss pricing handyman and service work in an article on our website that's linked below. This article includes the pros and cons of time and material pricing versus upfront quotes. Now, what about working as a specialty contractor? Generally, a specialty contractor is one that specializes in one or two disciplines or trades. You might do window and door installs or replacements. You might be a drywall specialist, or both drywall and insulation. Electricians, plumbers, painters, landscapers are all specialty contractors, and the list of specialty trades is as long as my arm. Staying with two disciplines means you have a targeted focus for marketing and advertising, but your volume will be generally less than a general contractor. Specialty contractors can work for general contractors, for home or building owners directly, and even for other specialty contractors as and when needed. Depending on the trade, your work can range from new construction to remodeling to service work, all in the same week. Regardless of your trade, there is only one reason to be in business, and that is to provide a service and make a profit doing it. That happens when you are paid enough by your client to cover all of your costs incurred by that job, as well as its share of overhead, which includes your salary and a reasonable profit. Regardless of your trade, you need to make a profit for long-term business stability. Your salary isn't part of the job cost, and it doesn't come out of profit. If you're the business owner, your salary is an overhead expense. You need to be able to estimate the cost of the work you'll do to develop the appropriate price. You need to communicate clearly and often with your clients and put all agreements in writing. It's best to stick to proven approaches to business. That will make you money. Remember, you aren't in business to be different. Business is business, and if you start trying to do things differently, you just might end up heading down the wrong road, and that's usually a very expensive trip. Don't take that trip unless you can afford to travel. Each branch of construction, remodeling or renovation, new home construction, specialty, commercial, handyman work, has its own nuances, but the business practices are and should be the same. So, when we write about business, you can apply it to any trade and you'll be right most of the time. Thanks again for watching, and may the profits be with you.